Hey everyone, welcome back to Trail Expedition. My name is Scott, and in this video I am out with the Gladiator gang today. I have Joe, Shannon, and Corey with me, all have Gladiators. We're here in northern Michigan to do some trail riding today, just outside of the Onaway State Park area, right next to the Black River. These guys are pulling massive sturgeon out of this river. It's crazy to see. Anyway, let's get on the trail. We're out here at the Black River right now, and these guys are pulling these massive fish out of this river. This one they just pulled out is estimated to be 250 years old, and I think they said it weighed 115 pounds. That is crazy. So we're doing this route on Onyx Off-Road. It's a route scouted out by one of the guys from MST, Mitten State Tours. I've never been in this area before, so this is all new to me. The reason I got into this, off-roading, overlanding, whatever you guys want to call it, I like exploring, so you really can't get that with off-road parks. I mean, yeah, the big ones like Windrock, yeah, I get that. But like, I just like being out in the woods, in a place I've never been to before. I just like seeing new things and experiencing new trails. So far this trail is typical of northern Michigan. A lot of sand, mud, you know, nothing too hard. It's rutted out here and there, but for the most part it's been pretty easy. We've been doing the whole thing in two-wheel drive.
Just like I have my sleigh bars disconnected in two-wheel drive. I can put my locker on in two-wheel drive.
As we ventured further into the trail, evidence of a recent storm was all around us. The many downed trees and snapping of branches underneath of our tires let us know that we were getting into uncharted territory. The area we were in was hit by a massive ice storm just 2 months earlier. That one storm brought down a massive amount of trees, making many of the trails in the area impassable. Some of the trails we went on showed evidence of other 4x4 enthusiasts who had cleared the way. However, other trails, it was our turn to clear.
Honestly, we probably just pulled this one this way. Probably. We're on this trail called Doobie Lake Road or Doobie Lake Trail, and this area like a month or two ago had like a really bad ice storm. A lot of trees came down. A lot of these trails were just recently cleared, and you could tell by the way they look. It's just everything is just kind of fallen into the trail. What are you laughing at?
I'm going to record you doing this, but I'm going to dub it over with audio that goes ring, 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 from my mouth.
Oh, jeez.
If you are off-roading in Michigan, I do highly recommend you bring a chainsaw with you. What could cause you to turn around could easily be overcome with the correct set of tools, and of course the right mindset.
Come on, Joe,
We encountered several downed trees on this day, but everyone in the group was quick to jump in and help out.
That's how you do tree removal on the trail. Well, we actually found a spot in this trail that warrants four-wheel drive. There's a couple of down trees, which, not a big deal. But there's a really muddy spot up there that could get a little slick and just looks really soft. So popped it into 4-low for this one. So this trail that we're on, it's not even on Onyx as a trail, but it does go out to a lake, and it's all public land. It does get really tight. I might actually take the chainsaw and cut down some of these limbs.
I said, are you back? I see you moving because you said it was going to be real quick.
Well, I decided to make it a little bit extra wide for you, you know, because you're a girthy girl.
Big duty duty.
We quickly developed a hierarchy of duties while on the trail. Shannon and I were the ones with chainsaws, so we essentially did all of the cutting. Joe was the one who brought his superhuman strength, so he did a lot of the heavy lifting, while Korey provided comic relief.
I'm gonna say this trail hasn't been traveled in a while.
Since the ice storm.
Exactly.
They got to this spot because there was tracks in the mud.
There was, but obviously no one's been in through here. And what Joe was saying is there was a really bad ice storm a month or two back in the Gaylord area, which is not far from where we're at. But I mean, there is a trail through here. You just can't really see it. This is it's gonna require a lot of cutting. Is it worth it? Should we go down a little bit further and take a look, or? So Joe just scouted ahead and he said, don't waste your batteries. So I'm assuming it's just much worse further down. All right, guys, I think we're making an executive decision to turn around.
Perfect.
It just gets worse. So.
Or better, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah. All right, guys, this trail, it just gets progressively more overgrown. Like I said, that recent storm that came through here, there's so much down trees, and it's just gonna take an hour or two just to clear this. So we're gonna turn around, we're gonna find another route to take. So we got turned back around on that trail. We're heading back in the way we came. And then we're gonna try to get to another blue rated trail on Onyx here. We just gotta get back out of this area. This is that really deep mud area that we went through earlier. Okay, so we did spend a good 20 minutes clearing out this other trail that we're getting ready to go down. There's one big tree that's in the middle of it, which I did cut down with the chainsaw, but Shannon's gonna hook his winch line up to it, and we're just gonna winch it out of the way. All right. The trail is clear. We're just out here doing God's work, clearing trails so other people have the privilege to come out and run the trails and not have to clear them themselves.
Little did we know at the time was the fact that we are embarking on one of the tightest trails any of us had ever been down. The paint on our trucks would not be the same after traversing Pinstripe Alley.
Well, this trail definitely got a lot tighter. Man, who picked this trail?
I don't know, there's some like trail expedition dude. We said we were almost through.
Almost through that one little section. Locked in my truck. I can't even get out of my truck right now to go help Shannon.
I can say this is the tightest trail I've been on in a long time.
How's it going up there, Shannon? You've been quiet.
Just rock. I like one more shit.
So this trail that we're on is so incredibly tight. Like literally, we're getting pinstripes up and down our vehicles. I'm hoping I'm not getting any kind of body damage from some of these bigger branches brushing up against my vehicle. But Shannon's in the lead right now. I guess I can't even see up there. We can barely even get out of our vehicles. But Shannon's clearing a couple trees out of the way, and then we're going to continue on. Oh, that's nice. So the current situation is Shannon is up in the lead and he's clearing out the trail as best he can. We cannot get out to help him because like literally I can't even open my door. I mean there's trees everywhere. So yeah, Shannon's just kind of on his own. Oh, mosquitoes are bad too. But yeah, this is one of the tighter trails I've been on in quite some time. Come again, you said you cleared out a spot for us to turn around?
I don't know if he's joking or if he's serious.
I was gonna say, this trail is not wide enough to turn around. Alright, so we're about halfway through this Doobie Lake trail, and like I said, it's an extremely tight trail. So we're contemplating either turning around, which I'm not really sure how we're going to, or we're gonna hike up this trail a little bit, see if it gets any better or worse. Dude, this trail is tight.
Oh, have you been up here yet?
No, I haven't.
Go check it out.
Oh, geez. I guess there is almost like another trail right there. But, hi!
Hi!
Oh.
Normal Canadian.
Well, no, it at least opens up.
Yeah.
I mean, how deep is it? Have you guys tested it?
Yes.
Is it deep?
There's lily pads growing.
Well, honestly, it's not over your tires here. It's just how is it going to sink down? How? Yeah, that's the thing. It's,
What I'm hearing is that that's going first.
I mean, that could be pretty deep right there, but
It looks like a marsh, not a...
doesn't look like a trail, does it?
No.
Well, this is basically a marsh where this trail goes through. It could be pretty deep, honestly. Have you gone down this way? Where does this go?
5 minutes this way.
Worth it or not really?
More worth than going back. It's worth hiking it to see if it goes around.
Okay.
I'm just happy I still have tender on mine.
I just hope I don't have any dents.
I tried my mirror.
After dismissing the marsh trail, as we did not know how deep it would get, We did walk down the bypass trail. After several minutes of walking, we ultimately decided it wasn't worth it, and to turn around. It took some finagling and some fine spotting, but we eventually got all 4 trucks turned around to head back down Pinstripe Alley.
Alright guys, Doobie Lake Road, don't even attempt it. It is so overgrown, and then when you get halfway through it, you get to this marsh with probably 2 to 3 feet with deep water, and I'm not even sure, it could be deeper than that. So we finally got turned around, and now we're heading back the way we came. There is another trail up here called Road 19. We're gonna see if we can hop on that and then take that down. Hope that was on my slider.
Be recording so I can just do a montage of Korey jumping.
We are currently in the process of backing up just because this Trail 19 or Road 19 or whatever it's called is just as bad. I mean, it's not as pinstripey, it's not as tight, but there's so many down trees, like I said, from that recent storm. So we're just gonna back up and get out of here. We gotta find camp here soon. Alright guys, went down the trail a little bit further, and we're down this trail system called Beaver Dam now. It's a blue trail on Onyx. Never been on it before. Let's see what it's all about.
After leaving the water-filled Beaver Dam trail, we started working our way south to hopefully find camp before dark. The trail I had led us down started to deteriorate badly with mud holes and more downed trees. This trail in particular had a bypass to the right, but honestly was just as challenging as the main trail. I must have backed up and tried hitting this bypass obstacle at least a dozen times with little to no progress. My all-terrain tires were getting no traction in this thick Michigan mud, plus I was fighting a ledge incline that I simply could not clear.
Kicked him out right where it should have pulled.
I feel like I can't get my tires up on that lip.
It's not going up at all, it's just sliding back
Yeah.
Oh no.
He's just cutting it down for us, guys.
Oh, almost had it. All right, I've tried plenty of times. Just gonna pull winch line. So I am not going anywhere. As you can see, I'm buried down to the frame. So Shannon's just gonna get his winch on me. He's just gonna pull me back because, you know, the rest of the guys aren't gonna be able to get through this either.
Slippery.
All right, Shannon got me pulled out of that mess. Should be able to back out the rest of the way. And Joe is bound and determined to make it through this trail, so he's actually cutting down trees right now. So maybe we'll go that way. Maybe. So got through that mud hole. We got a tree that's kind of like partially down in the trail over here, and we don't really want to drive underneath of it because if we touch it at all, it may collapse on one of our vehicles. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull my winch line and we're going to hook it to the one end of the tree and then pull it. That way the tree just comes down, and then we can either chop it up or move it out of the way. Attention, timber! Oh, so that wasn't going anywhere. We could have drove underneath that. Well, let's just change your plans and drive under it.
Freaking Harbor Freight.
Yeah, that thing's doing pretty good. That took us less time than Scott being stuck.
Yeah, but
It was entertaining stuff.
it was very entertaining.
Jesus Christ!
I understand.
Bullshit, you're in sales.
Bullshit, you're in.
With the trail finally clear, it was time for the guys to navigate their rigs through the muddy section and for us to find camp before we lost all daylight.
It also ties into the rec room.
Alright guys, so we've been on the trail all day long. We're trying to make it to camp before it gets too dark. It's almost 8:30 at night. We're probably going to lose daylight in the next 20 to 30 minutes. We're trying to make it to this lake called Fock Lake. It's in the northern Michigan area. We're hoping they have spots available, but that's where we're heading right now. Alright Corey, what's with the dowels? That is creepy.
I don't know, those weren't there the last time I came through. Corey's luring us into a trap. It's a trap!
Dude, did you see all the dowels have like all their hands bound and all that too?
Yeah.
Where are you taking us?
An adventure.
Alright, we finally made it to Fock Lake. Not a bad spot. Alright guys, after a full day of trail riding, we finally made it to Fock Lake, and it was an awesome day. I had to give a huge shout out to Joe, Corey, and Shannon for accompanying me on this trail. It was a lot of fun. Northern Michigan, the trails out here, nothing too crazy, but you will run into intermittent mud every once in a while. That can be a bit challenging. Anyway, we're gonna get camp set up, we're gonna get some dinner going, and then we're just gonna enjoy the rest of the night. I will catch you guys in the next video.